All right, I've got to document some of this somehow. This has been the craziest day of elk hunting I've ever had. Granted, this is only my fourth day, but this is the craziest day of elk hunting I've ever had. So today is Tuesday. We hunted on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I didn't see an elk. I heard elk. I called one into within 100 yards, never saw it. So today I went for a 2-mile walk before I even started a hunt down the road up into the wood, intending to work my way sort of back towards camp. I didn't even get into the woods when I heard 2 bulls bugling. So I came up in the woods to go after them, doing some bugling. Everything is going great, trying to play the wind, kind of trying to put the sneak on, and I hear this cow going crazy, making all these cow noises. So I said, okay, I want to shoot a cow. I got kind of set in position, pulled my cow call out, gave a little cow call, and I got completely attacked by this cow. It ran towards me at full speed, right at me. So I ended up shooting it at about 2 yards as it ran past me. But it wasn't a good hit because it was so close. I didn't think to aim low, and I hit it high. It was a good spot, front and back, just high behind the shoulder. And I watched as it kept on running by. I turned and put the binocs on it, and no blood whatsoever coming down the side of that elk. So that wasn't good. This was at 9:45 a.m. I waited 1 hour, tried to follow the track, looked for blood, never found any blood. Looked very hard down into, all the way it ran, all down in the woods, nothing. Went on a body search, nothing. Came back to the original spot at about 12:30 or so. Came back to the original spot of the hit. Was sitting here. I was about to have a granola bar hit when I heard a bull elk bugle. It was one of the same ones I heard this morning. So I decided I may as well go chase after it, feeling like I gave the cow a fair shot. I am going to go back and look some more, but I felt like I gave it a fair shot. Fair enough to go chase a second elk. So I pulled out the bugle and answered, and he immediately answered back. Tried to play the wind to put a sneak up on him, but it's just swirly. It's left, right, forward, back. There's just no consistent wind up here. I really want to try to get downwind of him and come up. Couldn't do it. Ended up zigzagging a little bit, even in an attempt to stay downwind of him. But I put the sneak on him, bugling occasionally. I didn't have to bugle very much because he was quite vocal the whole time. Ended up getting into where I thought I was pretty close, let out a bugle, and I just heard him come right towards me. I got set. I could see him coming. He got to within 50 yards and stopped. But it was just a little bit too piney needle, too brushy. I mean, I could have taken a shot, Brad, but it just wasn't a good shot. So I was hoping he was going to come straight through these pines, and he'd have been right there at 20 yards in the wide open. I'd have just blasted him. But he hung up there, and I'm sure he winded me. I could see him doing the old, and he just kind of turned around and just slowly walked away. Didn't run, didn't take off, didn't make a big fuss, just left. And a couple minutes later, I did hear him bugle again, way down the valley. So he covered some ground after he left me. But this bull was enormous. I mean, like, whoa, baby cakes. I don't have a giant field experience in judging elk on the hoof, but let me tell you, I mean, these were big, long. This was no raghorn. Big tines, wide, big little whatever you call this thing that stick out the front. Oh my gosh, he was huge. I had him within 50 yards, but just ugh. And let me tell you, the excitement of working these things with a bugle and hearing them scream and working them in, it's crazy. It's hard to believe. This is also, I want to document for the camera, this is an unbelievably physically demanding hunt. I mean, I have no doubt that I've walked a minimum of 5 miles every day, and I'm sure some days more than that, through steep terrain, elevation gain, elevation loss, an average of about 1,000 feet of elevation gain every day, loss. You go up, you go down. At the end of the day, I hurt. I feel like I've been punished, but you got to really love hunting to want to do this. But if you can muster the love for hunting to come out and do this, it's amazing.